With it being Pokemon's 30th anniversary and Pokemon Day being so close, many fans are anticipating some huge and exciting news coming very soon for the franchise. Leakers around the interwebs have been spilling tea all over the place for weeks, and there are not enough paper towels to clean it up. Rumors are flying, theories are spreading like wildfire, and I'm still waiting for Pokémon Colosseum and XD to release on Switch Online. Seriously, what is that about? But the question on everyone's mind is what actually is going to get revealed on that fateful day. Let's talk about it. Starting off, of course, with the big, obvious, glowing neon sign that they are going to reveal Generation 10. I mean, this, in my mind, is pretty much all but confirmed, and I would be gagged if they did not address the Caparaja in the room and say something in regard to it. I'm gonna stay humble, and I'm not gonna expect the moon and the stars with a full-blown trailer, but I do think at the very least we will get the game titles, the starter Pokemon, and the box art legends. Anything more than that, however, would be incredible. But just looking at the trends and what they have released in previous years for Pokemon Day or new generations, it has always been something along those lines of just a brief amount of information, just enough to get people excited about something new. But we are talking about the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. This has gotta be huge. Pokemon Wind and Wave, the supposed titles of these games that are likely to change, have had so many details about them run through the rumor mill. Just a couple of the things we've heard being that the legendary Pokemon are going to be based off of a Wind Grandpa and a Wave Grandma. All of the Pokemon in the game are going to be interactable in some way, and also the return of underwater exploration. Like, that is so freaking exciting. We haven't been able to do that in a hot second. However, one of the most exciting things rumored, in my opinion, is the supposed scale of this new Southeast Asia inspired region. We've been hearing from leaks that this region is going to be made up of procedurally generated islands with many different types of areas to explore inside of them. It's gonna be like Alola times 10. I think that they may have experimented a little bit with this in this contained area idea with Legend CA. I mean, imagine just one of these many islands having the scale of ZA Lumiose. I want a grand adventure. I watch a lot of One Piece, and so the idea of traveling the sea to get to these uncharted new places is just piquing all of my interest. Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams, because girl, here we are. This will hopefully be like no other Pokemon adventure we have ever had before, and I can't wait to start seeing all the new Pokemon revealed, and of course our new battle gimmick, which in the last couple of generations has been huge. I mean, we just saw the triumphant return of Mega Evolution, which is gonna be hard to follow up, but I can't wait to see what they came up with. It's rumored that our Gen 10 gimmick is going to be weather-based, which I think is a phenomenal idea. Just like cast form, I feel like weather in Pokemon has had so much potential, and I cannot wait to see a possibility for it. Maybe a new form of cast form too? Maybe that's too much wishful thinking. But hey, right back to One Piece, we're gonna be just like Nami. Maybe we'll all get our very own climate attack, who knows? So Generation 10, of course, is gonna be right front and center on the table. It's gonna be the big centerpiece, I believe, of this Pokemon Day Presents, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna be the only thing. There are gonna be several things talked about. We, of course, can also expect to hear about Pokemon Pokopia, which is going to be releasing this March in 2026, and a lot of people are hyped and excited for this game, as they should be. Ever since the trailer drop for this game, people have been so stoked for it. I mean, Pokemon Animal Crossing, everyone's all over it, everyone's excited, everyone's already talking about what Pokemon they want, what they want their town to look like, what they want to do. Everyone's excited. I would just like to see any information that they decide to provide to us a little bit early before the game's release. Maybe some of those more custom Pokemon like they showed to us, like Moslax and Pikachu. I would love to see more Pokemon like that if there are any. Or maybe just some more features of the game. I mean, just seeing the gameplay gets me excited about it. I'm already casting people in my head. I'm like, who's the Isabelle? Who's the Tom Nook? Who's gonna be taking all my money? Real answer is the Pokemon Company. They're gonna be taking all my money. But how can you blame me when there's all this new amazing stuff coming out? Next, of course, I feel like they have to address Pokémon Champions. I don't believe that there has been an official release date planned for this game, but I think it would be kind of crazy if they just went ahead and dropped it on Pokemon Day. I mean, this game essentially is going to be our new format that we are going to use as a medium to battle through for tournaments, and I think that it's going to be huge when this game comes out, and so I definitely could see it being released on Pokemon Day. But I don't know, they've kind of been keeping things about this game a little hush-hush. We haven't talked about it a ton since since its release, so I'm really excited to see anything that they reveal for this. I don't really know what to expect other than this being a way to battle with other players, so I'm excited to see whatever else this could mean. Will we be getting any specific Pokemon? Will there be a specific like story mode for this game? I want to see it, and I think that Pokemon Day might be the perfect time to show it. We of course are also going to get a slew of other Pokemon titles and specific news about those, as we do with every Pokemon Direct and Pokemon Day. That includes, but is not limited to, all the Pokemon Go news, all the new Pokemon Unite news, Pokemon TCG and TCG Pocket news, Pokemon Cafe Mix, if that's up your alley and something that you still play and I still haven't touched even though I said I would. I would love to see, especially if they drop anything for Gen 10, if they decide to release anything special for any of those games to go alongside Generation 10. I, as a big fan of Pokemon TCG Pocket, have been eagerly awaiting for the day that they drop any of the new Mega Evolutions as a card for that, but they have not done that, so I guess I'ma keep waiting on that one. Aside from all the other Pokemon related game entries, we do have some real life stuff to talk about. I mean, we have the unveiling and the reveal of Pokemon Park, and that is super mega ultra exciting, and I wish I could go. I wish I had the ability to just go and live here, but I cannot. But it's still very, very exciting, and I do love seeing all of the videos from it, and I cannot wait to one day hopefully be able to go. But that about sums up all of the almost to pretty much guaranteed things that we're going to be talking about. So now it's time to get into some speculation. Everybody pull out your tinfoil hats, because now we're going to be theorizing. Who would I be if I did not start out by talking about this one? Y'all know how crazy I am about this particular subject. This is a surprise to quite literally no one in the audience, and for those of you subscribed to the channel, you're gonna be like, what, again? Yeah, girl, that's right, yes, again. Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness have not yet released, even though I saw it there. I saw it in the Switch Online trailer. And where is it? And where is it, Pokemon? Where is it? Where is it? Got me clapping up in the mic, I'm so upset. So I would love for them to just drop this on Pokemon Day, because girl, I literally can't wait any longer. Like, my brain is just vibrating with anger at the thought that these games have not yet been released to me. It's like you're holding them hostage. As a person who loves their coffee, who may have a slight caffeine addiction, this would be like if I spent a whole week without having a single dosage of caffeine. No coffee, no matcha, no nothing. If I had nothing for a straight week, that's how I feel right now. I feel like they're just withholding it from me. You know what? Now that I say it, maybe I do got a slight caffeine problem. But that's a problem for another video. Something else that a lot of fans have been talking about for a long time, but I don't really know if this is something we will ever get. However, I do think if they're gonna do it anytime soon, it kind of would be at the 30th anniversary, and that would be a classics collection for Nintendo Switch Online or its very own game itself. This of course would be a package of some older games. I could see them doing something along the lines of generations 1 through 3, and I don't know, I would really love to see something like this. There are a lot of people out there that think something like this is nigh impossible. We're never going to see them do something like this, but I don't know, I think the further we get from these games being recent, and there's not a lot of places where you could just go out and buy actual cartridges and copies of these games now, I think it would be a really smart idea for Nintendo and Game Freak and the Pokemon Company to do this, because it gives players the opportunity to play these older games, and some people may not ever have the opportunity to play some of these games, and I would love for new fans in the series or introducing fans to the series to have the ability to play every single game. Kind of like when Kingdom Hearts released an entire bundle package of every game being in one, just so you have everything in one place. I would love for Pokemon to do that. Do I think it's entirely possible? No, that's why I have it in this specific section of the video. Is this me having copium and just living in my land of high hopes and dreams? Yes, it is. Do I think it's actually possible? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I would love to see it, but I don't know if it's entirely possible, but it's definitely something people have been talking about. And speaking of things that people are interested in, we have to talk about the future of the Pokemon Legends series. Now, Legends Arceus and Legends ZA have both been, for the most part, I would say, widely positively received. So the future of the Legends series looks pretty bright, and I think a lot of people would look forward to the next entry into the series, and for those who've been paying attention to leaks and rumors and all this information dropping, it's pretty much seen at this point. The next one is going to be based on Generation 8 in Galar. I would be very, very interested to see if they do this, what it would look like. I'm very, very interested in the concepts. I've been trying not to see too much of what's been leaked about it, just in case it is real. But if it is, I would love to see how they go about doing it. It would kind of make my theory of the reason that they only gave one Generation 8 Mega with Mega Phalanx and ZA more plausibility, because they might be saving a lot of those Gen 8 Pokemon to get some Gigantamax forms. And if they're going to reveal a Legends game, it might go ahead and be Legends Galar. So I guess we shall wait around and we shall see. But as an avid fan of the Legends series, I would be more than happy to see this game revealed. Do I think it will be? I don't know. I think revealing a new generation alongside a Legends game would be a lot. But again, this is the 30th anniversary. I don't know how many more times I can say it. I'm expecting something huge. That all being said, I keep saying this over and over again. However, I am going to keep my expectations in check, as everybody always should with Nintendo Directs, with Pokemon Directs. Always keep your expectations at the door. Just don't try to disappoint yourself, because sometimes it happens and it's okay. Not every present and direct is going to be the most exciting thing in the world. But for this one, I definitely have a lot of high hopes. Now, I do want to include this in this section because I think that out of anything that has been rumored and talked about by fans, I think this has the least amount of potential of getting talked about, and that is going to be Generation 5 Remakes. Now look, y'all, I love Generation 5. Generation 5 is my tea. That is the cup of coffee that I would order every single morning. However, with the last remake that we got with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, girl, my hopes are kind of in the trash. I don't really know what to expect, and I would hope that these remakes are going to be something good and that they don't butcher my favorite generation, but I don't know. I've just been hurt before. So would I be excited for them to announce this? Yes, of course I would be, because I love Generation 5 anything. However, I'm a little bit scared. I also don't think it's time. I don't think it is time for Gen 5 remakes. I think that there are a lot of other things that Pokemon fans may want to see before this, but I do think that this still should be on Pokemon's list of things to do. I just don't think that this is going to be the time. If Pokemon, you know, Black 3 and White 3, or just a Black and White remake, if those get announced, I'll be floored and I'll love it and I'll be here for it, but I just genuinely am not expecting it whatsoever. And to be honest, something like that could get announced. I mean, we very well were not expecting ZA in the slightest. ZA slapped us across the face with the biggest surprise none of us had even seen coming. So none of us really know. I mean, we could be getting PokePark 3 for all we know. Okay, we're not getting PokePark 3. I would love it, but we're not gonna be doing that. But if we're allowed to talk crazy, I mean, let's talk about the return of the Pokemon Ranger series. I made a whole video about it. Can we talk about Pokemon Ranger? Let's bring it back. We have the whole mouse controls, and for what? I don't know, maybe that's just me hoping too much. But that concludes this video, and that is pretty much all the things that I think they are going to reveal and talk about on the Pokemon Day Direct for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. Hopefully this is gonna be huge for us Pokemon fans and for the franchise, and I am so freaking excited to have the reveals and have us all as a community talk about it and see everybody in the comments and on my community posts. It's gonna be big. I hope it's gonna be awesome, and I cannot wait to see everybody's thoughts and feelings and opinions, and I hope this is a good one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed just as much as I enjoyed making it, and I hope to see you all in the next video where we do more gamer shenanigans. Make sure to go down below, hit that like button, subscribe, hype, do all that good little stuff down there, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye bye.